If you're trying to grow some nice glutes, but don't know what workout to do, don't worry, because I got you. Hello, it's Evelyn, aka Milklar, and I'm actually about to go do a glute day at the gym. I thought I'd bring you guys along to join my glute workout, and I can also share some tips and tricks to make you feel more comfortable when trying to grow your glutes at the gym. Now, I'm only going to be showing you a couple workouts. All of them are going to be glute focused, and I'm going to try my best to explain how to properly perform each workout. All right, enough yapping in my room. Now let's go yap at the gym. We are at the gym now. Our first workout, I'll be honest, I don't like this one. One of my least favorite exercises, but it's what's gonna grow your butt, so you have to do it. We're gonna be doing hip thrusts. My gym actually has a hip thrust machine, but I wanted to show you how you can set it up if your gym does not have a hip thrust machine. So there's no excuses for you to not do this. I first wanna show you just with the bar so I can break down how you properly do the form. A lot of the times when people do the hip thrust, they feel pain on their back, and it's probably because they're overextending or doing something wrong. Now I have a little patty thingy so that when I do my hip thrust, it doesn't hurt against my hip. If you go bare barbell onto your hip, it's going to hurt. You are going to be bruised. If you do not have a pad, you can also be using a yoga mat and just fold it a couple times until it's pretty comfortable. Okay, since I'm gonna be sitting on the ground, I do have a mat so like my butt doesn't get dirty. I have something that's around like my armpit length. We're gonna put our foot around where our knee lands. That's where you wanna put your foot. But what you don't wanna do is you don't wanna overextend your back. This is when it's gonna hurt. If you start over bending. If you notice that you have back pain, it's probably because you're overextending. So how do we avoid that? What's moving is this part. It's okay to even go like that and thrust. So before I add any weights on the side, I just want to show you. I want you to go slow on the way down, and then you can go faster and hold it there for a second. Now I'm able to have the bar here and still fit under. But if you feel like you need more room, what you could do is you're gonna grab any plate and put it under where the weight would roll up to, one on each side of you. So now when you roll it up, there's more room for you. And now it should be a lot more comfortable for you to roll up your knees. If you happen to do your hip thrust with this setup and you don't want to be lifting up the bar every time you want to add or remove weight, here's a little trick that you can do. What I'm going to do is grab another plate, doesn't matter the size. Where this last plate can touch, you're going to roll it on there. And now that it's off the ground, you can now add more weight. I would be able to deadlift this 10-pound easy. But once there's 2 45 plates on here, I'm not gonna be able to deadlift it and put it, re-rack it so that I can take off the weights. Let's say that you got that one off, but let's say there's a 45 plate on that side and you can't drag it out because it's stuck from the plate. What you can do is lift up the barbell completely and then pop out the bar. So let's say your gym does not have the hip thrust machine and you also don't wanna do it on the barbell or the Smith machine. You are still gonna need a bench or something to lean back on. So we're gonna put one knee up, same position, and then what you're gonna do, still hip thrust with only one leg. We're gonna put the weight on this leg that's bent up. And now, this is a workout that you can also do at home if you don't go to the gym. That's a couple ways you can do a hip thrust. Next, we're gonna do RDLs, and we're gonna do a glute focused RDL. RDL, if you change slightly your form, it could be more hamstring focused or more glute focused. I used to struggle a lot with doing RDLs, so I've learned a couple cues to like better my RDLs. And if you're struggling with your RDL form, I feel like I can help a little. Main thing that helped me was not thinking of an RDL as an up and down movement and more of a back and forth movement. Another thing, if your toes are ever lifting in the workout, you're donezos, okay? So really focus on like clawing, like pretend that your toes are like clawing into the ground and you're holding yourself there. What really helped me was imagining your butt is literally opening and closing like that. Kind of like an upwards. Let's say these are your cheeks, okay? Your cheeks are gonna go like this. You're not gonna just go all the way down because you need to go down. You're gonna stop wherever your hips tell you to stop. Naturally, this is where my hips tell me to stop. You're gonna just practice sitting into your hips and feeling when your hips tell you that's it, no more. Because when you start going past that, you're now gonna be using your back, and that's when you start feeling that back pain. You're gonna keep your chin tucked the whole time you do these RDLs, and then your core is gonna be tight, moving one all together. Also, make sure that your shoulders are rolled back and you're not letting this lean forward and put that extra weight on your back. So when I do my RDLs, I like to have my thumb out like this and kind of use it as a guide to make sure that the dumbbell is super close to my leg. I'm gonna be doing these with dumbbells instead of a barbell. And we're gonna have it slightly to the side. Have a nice shoulder width stance now. And up. With a lot of these glute workouts, you wanna put that weight on the heel and feel that when you push up, your heel is digging into the ground as well. When you go up, it's not so much that you're trying to clench your butt together, it's more of a tuck. You're tucking in that pelvic so that this is flat. Okay, so it's tucked, this is flat here. Let's show you from the side, tucked, untucked, pelvic tucked. And then if you feel like you're struggling with your pelvic tuck, you can do some pelvic floor exercises. So that's how we're gonna do the RDL. Next, we're gonna be doing some reverse lunges with a knee drive. When I do the reverse lunges, I'm gonna work one leg at a time. So I'm gonna complete my reps on one leg and then switch to doing it on the other leg. We're going to, like a regular lunge, go back, drop down, and then as you're starting to go up, you're then gonna drive that knee upwards. And you're gonna hold it here and back down. Now, I like doing it with the knee drive because it also incorporates balance and trying to have my core and abductors work. And also when I'm going down, I'm slightly leaning forward to get more of a stretch on my glute. So when I do want to go heavier and I want to add weight, I'm now going to be holding 2 dumbbells on each side. You could also use kettlebells, but I like doing it with the dumbbell. Next off, we're going to be doing sumo squats. So we're going to get in this wide leg sumo stance. You're going to hold the weight this way, and you once again want to think about tucking. With these glute workouts, it's not a butt clench. You're tucking that pelvic inwards, okay? Keeping this flat. So this movement is really simple. We're gonna pick up the weight, go as low as we can, and then tuck in. You don't want to lean forward and just pick up the weight here. If there's no tucking, then you're not working that glute. Drop down, squeeze. If you want an even bigger stretch, what you can do is put a plate on your legs so that you have more elevation and are able to get more of a depth down. To finish off our glute workouts, we're gonna be doing some hip abductors. The way that I prefer to do it, and I find it targets my glutes the best, is I'm gonna put my heel on the very edge of the foothold. So it's barely gonna be touching. It's really just there so that it could be supported. I'm gonna take my butt off, not all the way forward. I'm gonna leave a tiny bit of room, okay? I'm now gonna feel this here. Hold it there for like just a split second and then slowly close it back in. Out and then slowly. If you wanna feel it even more on your glutes, it does look a little goofy sometimes, but you can fully stand up off the seat like this and then do that same movement. And you will feel it a lot more on your glutes. And that is the final glute workout for today. I'm now back home. Glute pump has been acquired, and now that I showed you my glute routine, I hope that your glute pump can be acquired. Really hope I could help with today's video. Let me know down in the comments what part you found to be helpful. If you're interested in seeing my other workouts, here's my workout split and all the exercises I do in a week. If you're interested in seeing more of me being me, check out my second channel. It's gonna be down in the descriptions as well as the links to all my socials. Well, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.